Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the first soul urge number, which is soul urge number 1, also known as the heart's desire number. So if you guys do not know about the soul urge number, please watch my previous video defining what exactly a soul urge number is, or heart's desire. But to get right started off, you guys already understand that the number 1 is represented by the sun. So I just have a few tips for these soul numbers. It's not going to be as long as the regular videos just because soul numbers don't take as much time and explanation as I would say the expression and life path do, as it has less weight on your whole destiny than those other numbers do as a whole. So to begin, the number 1, just like an expression and life path, it defines itself as number 1. Very, very goal-oriented, very hungry for success, very confident, somewhat to the point of arrogance, narcissistic, and ultimately they're just meant for entrepreneurship. Reason being, ones cannot really take criticism for one, and 2, ones can't answer to other people very well, meaning they don't like being micromanaged, and this is true across no matter what part of the chart the 1 falls on. So this is an easy one for me just because my soul urge number is 1, so this kind of makes it kind of easy. But I did read up on it as well, and it does share the same things that I've always felt, meaning I don't like being criticized. I don't like feeling that people are trying to patronize me. I don't feel much guilt very easily. This also describes a psychopath. But a 1 also has these traits, meaning it's a very fiery element. They definitely want to exceed and excel in whatever they do, and it's a very good thing to have. If you do have a soul urge or heart's desire, number 1, and you don't really recognize these traits in yourself, you may want to just rethink your personal beliefs and the boundaries that you currently hold, because probably you're not accepting the fact that you do want to be number 1, that you are competitive. Like my girlfriend used to always tell me, like, yeah, you're really competitive. I'm like, no, I'm not. And she'd be like, you're really competitive. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. But the truth is, yeah, I am. I definitely want to be better than other people. That's the ego. That's fine. And it's perfectly healthy. And when you accept that, you start realizing how ridiculous it is. And in turn, you end up getting more of the positive parts of the 1 as in ideal leadership and love and care and compassion, which is also all parts of it, meaning you can give that sun energy to other people. So how to use the 1 to your advantage? I would say the first thing you want to do is make sure in your relationships you're not being too overbearing. So you don't want to be the type of person that's like going at people and trying to control them. Like in my personal experience, I tried to control my family, friends, and like personal, even my personal relationship, like intimate ones. I've tried to like control the way things are going, trying to control fate. Like I'd be on my girlfriend years ago, but like, what do you want to do for a career? What do you want to do for the future? Instead of letting her figure that out for herself and figuring out like what she's naturally interested in, which she has now. But that's the whole thing, is that me patronizing wasn't actually doing anything, instead of me trying to listen and actually like hear what this person has to say and give them their ideal time to then figure out what exactly it is that they want. That's more important. Another thing is the fact that 1s are not really good for career. So after you're done with personal relations, I'd say career-wise, if you're hunting for something in the corporate area, might not be the best for you. I've tried it. It didn't work out well in like 4 to 5 jobs. So what happens is you end up getting micromanaged. Unless you're going to be the boss somewhere, unless you're going to be the person organizing the whole event, you will find yourself feeling like a puppet, and that's not going to work very well for you as a soul urge number 1. You're going to deep down inside always feel unfulfilled and feel like you should be doing more, and that you're probably more intelligent than your boss, which I was. And that's the thing. You need to just figure out what exactly it is that you're interested in using the expression number. Figure out your ups and downs in that way, the pros and cons to what you do. Figure out your life path, what's naturally going to be attracted to you. And if you have a soul urge number of 1, figure out what type of entrepreneurial endeavor that would suit you best. Because not all 1s are going to be the same. Like there's 1s that might invent something new, like new technology or an app. There's 1s that may be a top athlete. There's 1s that may want to be an astronaut. It all really depends on what exactly your personal interests are. But I would say the most important thing is that you pursue the position of being number 1, because you're not going to be happy without it. That's the whole thing, is that like when I was younger, I did martial arts. That made me very happy because I was number 1, I was champion, and I was always beating people. I was always excelling, going up in belts. With YouTube, same thing. I'm always going up with subscribers. I want to be better than everybody else that does numerology, and I am. And that's the whole thing, is that like I have to always be improving myself. But the ultimate competition that I've realized I need to have is with myself. Meaning, like, if I was to do 30 push-ups yesterday, I want to do 31 today. If I'm to do 50 crunches yesterday, I want to do 51 at least today. If I'm to make $5,000 yesterday, I want to make $6,000 today. I'm not doing that currently. But what I'm saying is that's the whole goal, is to always improve content. Like with the videos, I like to study more and improve and even fix up some of the stuff I've already done. And that's the whole thing, is always editing yourself. And if you're in constant competition with yourself, especially as a one, that intensity is going to probably make you better than everybody else anyway, because they don't really have high expectations for themselves. Ones definitely do. My next tip to you, now that you're done with family and relations, now that you're done with your career, and I got you through being goal-oriented but with yourself, the next thing is just to make sure that you're not overburdening yourself with self-improvement either. So you want to balance your life. You want to make sure that your personal relations are healthy, sure. Your career is good, fine. But you have good self-improvement with your health, wealth, and prosperity. That's great. But don't overburden yourself in the sense of, oh, I couldn't do 52 push-ups today, so I'm just a piece of garbage. You can't. A lot of people end up becoming narcissistic to the point where they have to improve so much that they end up not improving, if that makes sense. It becomes counterintuitive. So what you want to essentially do is always log what you do. Maybe write it down in a notebook, journal of your finances, have a journal for your personal fitness, and organize your stuff in that way so you can always look back and see the statistics and see that you're always incrementally improving yourself. And I think that would be a big help for people that have that negative side, the one where it's overbearing and they have a lot of sun energy in their chart, and they end up just becoming overbearing to themselves. And once you're overbearing with yourself, you'll become overbearing with those around you. So that's my main tips for the Soul Urge number of 1. There's definitely more to it for ones in different positions of the chart, but I think I got the main core of it done for the soul number itself. But aside from that, if you guys do have any questions for me, if you do have this Soul Urge number, please feel free to ask. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you don't feel like this has anything to do with you, like you don't really feel that essence of the one, either one, you just don't have much ones in your chart at all, so the one essence is really not really there for you, so it's just in one position, so that's fine. Or 2, you do have a lot of ones and you just are afraid to be number 1. You're afraid to outshine others for whatever inferior complexity you may have. You might not realize it, but you might view yourself as inferior and not really realize it. So it's always something that you have to just look into and develop self-actualization as you go through your life. That's the best bet. But if you do have any questions for me whatsoever, like I said before, just leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer anything you guys may have. Aside from that, guys, though, please like, subscribe. I'll be back with number 2 tomorrow. Holla at me. That's it.